Hi, thanks for joining. We're going to be starting in child's pose, so get yourself a nice and comfy and cozy in child pose. This practice is all about being present to your breath and being present to what's going on in your body. If you want to, you can just begin to shake out your day a little bit, shaking your head from side to side, massaging your forehead against the ground, maybe shaking the hips a little bit in your child pose. And then for this practice, I just want it to be really simple. I just want you to focus on your breath. Bring your attention inside your body. Notice the new sensations that erupt and change. And notice how your breath changes throughout the practice. Notice your breath here. If you need to, if you've had a stressful day and you want to let go of something, then take a deep breath in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. And then just let yourself breathe naturally. Notice how the breath is, where you feel it, how it sounds. And notice how it changes moment by moment. As you relax more in child's pose, perhaps the breath becomes more steady and deeper. And then start with a little bit of movement. So staying tuned into your breath, slowly inhale and come up into all fours. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, spreading your fingers wide beyond the fingertips. As you inhale, begin to lift your tailbone up as you dip down, arcing through your spine, squeezing your shoulder blades together and lifting your head. Exhale, pull your buttocks down towards the back of your knees, rounding through your spine. Head eventually looks towards belly button. And inhale to slowly arc. Listen to your breath and let your breath guide this movement. The movement doesn't have to be big, just feel it in your body. Perhaps close your eyes. Feel like a wave moving through you with your inhale and your exhale. Inhale, slowly tilting your tailbone up, using your core, squeezing your shoulder blades together, opening your chest. And exhale, pushing down and forwards with your hands, slowly rounding. Inhale, arcing through your spine, lifting your heart forward. Head looks forwards as if you're being lifted up by the top of your head. And exhale, round and looking towards your belly button. Inhale, feel the spine move sequentially, vertebra by vertebra. And then as you exhale this time, come back as if you're coming into child's pose, but it's like an active child's pose, looking forwards towards your hands. Then as you inhale, round forwards onto all fours, tuck your toes, and then slink your way back into down face dog. Let yourself take some movement here. Stretch out your legs, maybe turn the head from side to side. Just close your eyes and move a little intuitively. Move in a way that feels good for you, listening to your body, listening to your breath as it moves through you. And then eventually become still in the down face dog. Come up onto your tippy toes as you inhale, rounding through your spine, coming forwards into plank, and as you exhale, moving back into down face dog. So this is like a wave movement. As you inhale, coming into plank, and as you exhale, coming back. Using the strength of your legs as you come forwards, pulling the muscle in towards the bone, and your head is the last thing to look forwards, and then exhale back to down face dog. Inhale, rolling forwards into plank pose, And move with your breath in a way that feels good to you. If my breath counts different to yours, that's fine. Now turn both heels over towards the right hand side, toes towards the left for a nice side body stretch. Both hands stay down on the ground, and it's a bit like a side plank, but with the hands on the ground. Then inhale, round forwards into plank, and exhale both heels over towards the left side. Toes point towards the right. You're kind of sticking your butt back as you're shortening your left side and opening the right side. Both hands stay on the ground, looking down between your hands. Good. So you inhale, roll forwards into plank pose, and exhale back into down face dog. Inhale, rolling slowly forwards, looking forwards at the end. And exhale, hips up into down face dog. Inhale. Slowly come bend your knees down to the ground, but let them hover just a few centimeters off the ground. Pull your hands towards each other, knees towards each other. Feel the strength in your core. And then exhale. Both knees land down at the same time. Arch through your spine. Exhaling, rounding through your spine. Okay. Inhale, cow pose. Slowly, feeling the movement start at the base of your spine. And exhale, slowly rounding, feeling each vertebrae sequentially move as you move with your breath. Then as you exhale, come back into this active child's pose. Hands active, hands pulling towards each other. Inhale, round forwards, and exhale, slink your way back into down face dog. As you inhale, come onto your toes, drop both heels over towards the right hand side. And from here, you're going to slowly take your left hand up off the ground, cactus your left arm. Imagine you're grabbing your fingertips to the air. Bend your left knee up towards the sky and straighten your left arm over your head. Good, straighten the left leg. And slowly looking forwards towards the front of your mat, try to slowly step that left foot to the front of your mat. Push down through both feet, both legs active, and inhale, raise your arms up into lunge pose. Feel your legs strong, bending into the front knee, arms reaching up, palms facing towards each other. Then palms face forwards as you begin to lower the right knee down to the ground and cactus your arms out, opening your heart. Hands reach behind you, interlacing behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, open your heart up. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale as you begin to bring your hips back, straightening into the left leg as you reach your hands behind you. So a kind of variation of half Hanumanasana. Try and squeeze your shoulder blades together as you look towards your left foot. And then as you inhale, bend into the right knee and step back into a high lunge. Exhale, hands to the ground, push down through your hands and step back into down face dog. Inhale, roll through your spine into plank, and exhale, lift your hips into down face dog. Inhale, rolling forward sequentially through your spine, and exhale, slowly lifting the hips and ears in line with your triceps. Exhale, come to this hovered all four positions where the knees just hover for a second. And then move through your cat-cow, moving with your breath. Really feel the breath flow through you as you move. Let the base of the spine start the movement. Feel your hands pushing steadily down into the ground. And come back into this active child's pose where you're looking ahead between your hands, hips go back. Rounding forwards as you inhale, and as you exhale, hips go back, legs straighten, come to down face dog. And feel your down face dog. Inhale, come up onto your toes, and exhale, Heels drop over towards the left hand side. Push your left hand down into the ground and open your right arm up, cactusing the arm. Lift the right knee up towards the sky and maybe straighten it. If that feels like too much, just keep the right leg stacked on top of the left. Right arm can stretch over your ear and then slowly looking forwards to the front of your mat. Try to step with as much control as possible, the right foot up towards the top of the mat. Pull your feet towards each other and slowly come up into a high lunge. Straightening your back leg as much as possible, lifting your heart, breathing in and breathing out. Feel the breath just flow through you. As you exhale, cactus your arms out, begin to lower the left knee down to the ground, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Then reach your hands behind your back as we did before, squeezing the shoulder blades, lift your chest up. Just feel the breath in every shake that you make. Begin to straighten the right leg, lift the toes up off the ground, stretch your hands out behind you, palms facing down. Fold over your right leg, stretching through the right hamstring, looking towards your toes. As you inhale, bend back into the right knee, stretch your arms up towards the sky. Arch back a little if that feels good. And then exhale, hands down to the ground. Slowly step back into down face dog. Inhale, round forwards, rolling through your spine like a wave, into plank, and then back into down face dog. Just really imagine you're like a wave, slowly building up, and then breaking. And just feel into your spine as you move sequentially, letting your breath guide the movement. Inhaling, rolling forwards. And as you exhale this time, lean onto your right hand side. Left arm comes up off the ground. In the side plank variation, if you can, lift your left knee up towards the sky. Pat straighten the leg as you reach your left arm over your head. Feel the strength in your body. And then turn your gaze towards the front of your mat as slowly as you can. Step that left foot up towards the front of the mat. Inhale, raise yourself up into a high lunge. Keep the breath flowing. Listen, notice what your breath is doing. Has it changed? As you exhale, slowly lowering the right knee down to the ground as you open your heart, cactusing your arms. Elbows pull in towards you. Then hands reach behind you, arms reach behind you, hands pointing down as you straighten into the left leg, pulling the left toes in towards you, stretching through the left hamstring. Inhale, bending into the left knee, reaching your arms up, coming back into a high lunge. Shoulders relax down away from your ears. As you inhale, begin to come forwards as you reach your hands back behind you, so you're leaning your upper body forwards, and then stretch your arms out in front of you. Legs are the same, so they're still high lunge legs. Then exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Pause there, lengthen through your spine, and exhale from your belly button, begin to twist out towards your left hand side. Maybe using your right eye to look up towards the ceiling. Feel the strength of your legs support you, and again notice your breath, what's happened to your breath. So you inhale, bring your right hand down to the ground, stretch your left arm up towards the sky. And then turn both feet towards the left side, feeling a little bit of a stretch through your outer hip, your glute. And you're going to try to lift that right leg up off the ground, and gracefully as you can, step it back into side plank, your right hand down on the ground. From this, move into rounded plank, lowering your left hand to the ground. And then push back into down face dog. Inhale up onto your toes, rounding through your spine. Exhale, down face dog, waving through the spine. If this feels too much for you at any point, just stay in down face dog or come into child. From here, turn onto your left hand side, heels to the left, toes to the right, with side plank variation. You can stretch your right arm up alongside your ear, lift the right knee up towards the sky, or maybe straighten the right leg out. You choose what feels good for you in this moment. Wherever you are, just feel the strength of your body supporting you. Slowly look down towards the front of your mat, and as slowly as you can, step that right foot towards the front of the mat. Then inhale, raise yourself up into a high lunge. Feel the strength of your legs supporting you. Breath flowing through. Exhale, lowering the left knee down to the ground, cactus in your arms. And then slowly begin to straighten the right leg as you bring your hips back, palms face down towards the ground, folding forwards over your right leg. Keep your chest a little lifted if you can, squeezing shoulder blades together. It's half Hanuman variation. As you inhale, bend back into the right knee, stretch your hands back up into a high lunge, feeling the strength of your legs. And as you exhale, begin to lean your body forwards as your hands reach behind you. Keeping your legs as they are, reach your hands forwards, feel this in your core, reaching forwards. And then exhale, hands will come together in front of your heart. Slowly begin to revolve so your left elbow comes to the outside of your right knee, and maybe your left eye looks up towards the sky. Breathe in this shape. Feel how it is to breathe in a twist. Then bring your left hand down to the ground, stretch your right arm up towards the sky. And turn both feet towards the right side, coming into this outer hip stretch. From here, try to, as carefully as you can, lift the right leg up off the ground and slowly bring it back to stack over the left, coming into a plank. Then come back into rounded plank. And exhale, down face dog. Inhale, slowly roll forwards into plank. And exhale, round back into down face dog. Riding your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, undulating through your spine. Bend your knees, coming into that suspended all fours position with the knees just off the ground. And then slowly at the same time, lower both the knees as you move into cow pose. Exhaling from your tailbone, begin to round through your spine. Inhale, slowly begin to arch through your spine. And exhale, feeling each vertebra as you round. Inhale, slowly arch down through the spine, shoulder blades squeeze together. Then move back into that bouncy, active child's pose. Hips towards heels, hands stretch out in front of you. Inhale, round through your spine. And then exhale, begin to dip down through your spine, lift the hips back, slowly stretch your legs into down face dog. Feel your down face dog. Inhale, turn both feet towards the right side as the heels come down to the left. Just coming into the side plank variation on your left side. Maybe lift the right knee up. Maybe stretch the right arm over your ear. And exhale, come back into down face dog. Then hips towards the right, heels towards the right, toes to the left. Coming back into the side plank variation on your right hand side. Then begin to circle that wave through the spine, coming forwards into plank, and exhale back into down face dog. Inhaling round and forward through the spine, and exhaling back into bend. Then both heels over towards the right hand side, coming it back into the side, whichever side plank variation suits you, maybe stretching out the leg and the arm, and then slowly beginning to look forwards as you stack the left leg to the front of your mat. Reach your hands up to come into a warrior one pose. So from warrior one, with the left leg forwards, slowly cactus your arms. Maybe lift your heart a little bit more. Then reach behind you. You can maybe step the back foot in just a little bit. Either bring your palms together in a reverse namaste behind your back, or if that feels too much, just grab hold of opposite elbows behind your back. Then begin to straighten both of your legs, lift your chest up, and as you exhale, just fold forwards. Try to look back towards your back foot if you can. And again, feel the breath flow through you. Enjoy the breath flowing through you. Notice the areas that it feels sticky or difficult to breathe. And bring your right hand down to the ground inside your left leg. Begin to revolve towards the left hand side, coming into revolve triangle pose. Both feet stay exactly as they are, legs strong. Twisting your body open towards the left. Then bend back into the left knee as you reach your arms up, coming back into warrior one. Slowly lean forward, lift your right leg off the ground. We're coming into an aeroplane variation. In this variation, squeeze your shoulder blades together so your chest is a little lifted. Push out through your back foot, through the right foot, and try and make yourself as long as possible. The left leg stays really strong and stable. Exhale, let both hands drop down to the ground, and just let yourself fold over your left leg. The right leg still stretching up towards the ceiling. Mine's pretty far away from that. Now we're going to come into this kind of squatting variation. So you're bringing the right knee to the outside of the left foot. And then you can try a different variation of bringing it down towards the ankle with just one hand on the ground and maybe with both hands off the ground. Slowly bringing the outside of the right foot, then the knee down to the ground. So your left leg is crossed over to the outside of your right knee, right foot is on the ground. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, reach your right arm up towards the sky, and then just begin to come into this seated spinal twist. Maybe you're hugging round the left thigh, or maybe your right tricep can come to the outside of your left thigh. Trying to create length with every inhale through your spine, and every exhale pulling in at your belly and just twisting a little deeper. Inhale, revolve out of that, both hands come down to the ground. Step back, slowly, trying to lift the left knee up in a kind of plank variation. Draw some circles with the left knee on your tricep, back of your tricep, activating the core. And then step that knee forwards, raise your arms, foot forwards, raise your arms up, and you're in a high lunge again. Turn the right foot out towards the right side, keep sinking down into the left knee over ankle, come into warrior two. Warrior two facing towards the right hand side. Try and reach your arms out, hands in line with your shoulders. And then as you inhale, stretch your right arm up towards the sky, left arm comes down, lightly resting on your back leg, legs staying as they are. Inhale, come forward, left forearm to left thigh, right arm stretches over your ear. Maybe just use your core by lifting the elbow off the ground. Then right hand comes down to the ground. Turn both toes out towards the left side as the left arm reaches up, so you're on this twisted kind of glute stretch. And try and step yourself back all the way into a side plank variation, whichever suits you. I'm stacking both my heels on top of one another. Then lowering your right knee to the ground. Keep your left arm reaching up. And then you're going to lift your right leg up off your left. Point the knee forwards and begin to stretch the foot out in front of you. And then exhale, bend it in towards you. Reach your left arm forwards. And then come back into down face dog. From here, come into this side plank variation on the left-hand side, and then open yourself out into Wild Thing if that feels good. I use my right hand to grab the back of my head because that feels really supportive for my neck. Opening your hips up towards the sky. And then slowly come back into down face dog. Let yourself feel that. Come back to your breath. Notice how your body feels. Maybe try to ground your feet and hands down into the mat. Inhale, wave forwards through your spine. And exhale, turn onto the left-hand side. Whatever variation of side plank you want to take. Maybe stretching out in a kind of starfish style plank on your left-hand side. And slowly looking towards the front of your mat and stepping the right foot up towards the front of your mat. Stepping the left foot in slightly, turn the toes to the top left corner of your mat. And slowly raise yourself up into Warrior One. Bending into the right knee, both hips trying to face forward. Hands raise up. And exhale, cactus your arms out. Keeping the connection with your feet on the ground strong. Then either reach back for opposite elbow, or you can maybe bring your hands into reverse namaste. Lift your chest up. Inhale and then exhale. Maybe shorten your stance just slightly as you straighten the front leg and come into this kind of pyramid shape. Folding over your front leg and letting yourself look back towards the back foot. Maybe kissing your knee if you can. Again, observe your breath. Bring your left hand inside your right foot, hand to your sacrum to make sure the sacrum is equal level, and open the right hand out so you're kind of twisting out towards the right side with your legs exactly as they are, trying to keep the legs as much as you can long and straight. Then inhale, bend back into the right knee, stretch your arms up to come back into a Warrior One. Come onto the back toes, coming into Warrior Three, lifting the back leg off the ground, stretching your chest forwards, trying to get really long, pushing down through the right foot, staying strong, staying balanced. Then exhale, let your hands come gently down to the ground, keeping the left leg lifted, just preparing for this weird squatty thing. As you exhale, begin to bend the outside of the left knee to the outside of the right ankle. So you exhale, bending down, and inhale, stretching back up and away. If you want, you can balance on your two-piece fingers. If you want, you can just try using one hand, or you can try using no hands as you slowly bring the outside of the knee to the outside of the left foot. And let yourself come into a nice seated twist. But start with just lengthen through your spine, reach your left arm up towards the sky, and exhale, pull in at your belly button to let yourself twist. So this time you're twisting towards the right hand side, looking over your right shoulder, back with your left eye. Notice your breath. It's different breathing in a twist. And slowly revolve back, stepping your leg back, pushing down to your hands. Again, coming into this three-legged high plank, trying to draw circles with the right knee on the right tricep. One direction and then the other direction. Just a little bit of core for you. Then we're going to step back into side plank on the left hand side, whichever variation you feel like taking. I've got my legs stacked in this one. Then slowly lower the outside of the left knee to the ground. So you're pushing down through the left hand, and then lift the right leg up in front of you, bending the knee, stretch the leg out towards the right side, and then bend the knee in. Inhale, both hands down to the ground. Lift back up into down face dog. And we're going to open into wild thing on the right hand side. Maybe grab hold of the back of your head if that feels good for you. Opening your hips up high. Just breathe here. Feel how it feels. And exhale slowly. Come back into down face dog. Inhale to come into this hovered all fours position, knees hovering off the ground. Just feel your strength for a moment. Create some fire. Then eventually lower both knees at the same time down to the ground. Untuck your toes, bring your hips back to your heels. And then slowly come to a kneeling position. Let your palms rest on your thighs. Maybe do a shoulder roll if that feels good for you. And just feel. Notice everything, the little flutters, the little movements. Everything changes moment by moment, and this is the season for it. You notice all the buds beginning to form, flowers beginning to flower, hedgerows coming to life. Notice what's happening within you. Focus on the breath, the ripple this creates in your body. And as you inhale, begin to open your chest. And exhale as if you're hugging forward. Slowly stretch your hands forwards to come into all fours. Hands reach the ground. Inhale, coming through cow pose, and exhale to cat, looking back towards your belly button. Inhale, slowly arching through your spine. Listen to your breath. Let your breath direct this. Exhale back to this active child's pose, then round through your spine, coming forward. Inhale, begin to arch back, pushing back into down face dog. Let yourself just feel. And slowly walk your feet forwards. Try and land the big toe and then the little toe. Slowly, slowly feeling your way to the front of your mat. And let yourself just dangle over your legs, maybe take a little ragdoll. Then hands to shins as you inhale, lift your chest, looking up halfway. Exhale, fold yourself in. Inhale, looking up halfway. So it's like you're waving through your spine again. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, folding. Inhale, looking up halfway. And exhale, fold into yourself. Just feel the fold. Let yourself stay there for a few moments. Stillness and movement. Feel the stretch in the back of your legs as you fold into yourself. Then inhale, look up halfway, bend down into your knees. And then slink your way into chair pose, slowly unfurling the spine, exhaling, coming down, slowly bum towards the ground for a squat. Good. And you just move through the spine as you inhale, bring your knees out wide, lift your chest. Exhale, round through your spine, looking towards your belly button, knees in together. Inhale, open the knees out as you arch through your spine. It's like a cat-cow movement, but the knees are a little bit involved. As you inhale, bring the legs in and slowly, slowly unfurl your spine down to the ground with the knees bent, feet trying to stay flat on the ground. Try to move slowly, move slower through any areas that feel hard. Create a little bit of intensity and then lower yourself all the way down. Walk your feet in towards your buttocks. Maybe see if you can tickle your heels with your fingertips. And push down through your feet into the ground. Feel the big toe push down and the little toe push down. The middle of your heel push down. Take some breath. And then as you inhale, slowly begin to lift your hips up off the ground. Feel your heels push away from you, buttocks towards the backs of your knees. Perhaps interlace your hands behind your spine, squeezing your shoulder blades together. And either stay here in bridge pose, or if you'd like, you can come into wheel by bringing your hands by your ears, letting your head rest on the ground for a moment, and then straightening your arms, coming into wheel. Try and breathe here. It's a more challenging pose, and your breath can change a little here. So just notice, without attaching any judgments to what's going on, just notice what your breath's doing. Then when you're ready, exhale, slowly lower back, down to the ground. Let your knees stay bent, but rest in on one another. Arms wherever feels comfortable for you. Notice your breath. Can you feel your heart beat? Now maybe that's enough, or maybe you want to come into another bridge or wheel variation, totally up to you. Listen to your body. Either coming straight into bridge, letting yourself stay there, or you can bring the hands by the side of your ears, fingers pointing down towards your shoulders, lifting yourself up onto the top of your head, and then slowly coming up into wheel pose. Just breathe here. Maybe you can rock the heels of your feet a little bit back and forwards. Maybe you've got feeling quite open and flexible and can begin to straighten your legs. And slowly let yourself come down. Bring your back down to the ground. Let the knees rest in on one another, feet as wide as the mat, palms facing upwards. Try to let everything just soften in this moment. Soften as much as possible so you can just feel. Feel the breath. Feel your heart. The beating, the fluttering. Tuning your attention into just all the sensations that flow around your body. The movement of breath. The sound of your breath. Slowly bend the knees in towards your armpits. You're going to come into a happy baby, but try to keep your sacrum flat on the ground. So if that's hard to do with grabbing the outside of your feet, just grab the outside of your shins, the outside of your calves. Let your head and back stay on the ground. Squeezing the knees in towards your armpits. If you want, you can also straighten the legs out. If you're feeling like a little bit of movement, you can rock from side to side. And let go of your feet. Let yourself squeeze into a teeny ball. Knees towards your eye sockets or maybe towards your forehead. Trying to squish yourself in. Try and squish your heels towards your buttocks. Squeeze your head. Use some effort, squeeze. And then it's going to feel so good when you stretch yourself out. So allow yourself to stretch out into your Shavasana. Take up lots of space. Let the toes flip out of the side. Maybe do a little bit of movement if you want to let go of any tension. Let the palms face open towards the sky. And just let yourself feel what you feel. If you need a final sigh, then take it. And just let yourself sink down. Nothing to do. Just focus your attention on the flickering and buzzing of your body. Notice all the little changes that the practice may have brought. Anything that may have arisen for the practice, from the practice. See if you can neutralize as quick as possible, or just see if you can watch your body neutralizing. Letting the process be however fast or however slow it is. Neutralizing and letting yourself completely relax. Listening to your breath here. Imagine your breath. You're watching your breath like you're watching a wave from the shore. You focus all your attention into slowly watching the bump of the wave come up, steepen a little bit, and then break like the exhale. Just visualize that wave, where that breath wave is for you. Feel the buzz of your body, more awake, more alive. Now either stay there and let yourself take rest if you need it, that's the best thing to do. You can begin to wiggle fingers, toes, take a big stretch if that feels good. And slowly, if you want movement, and just let yourself roll over onto one side. And then you can slowly begin in a way that feels good for you, with your eyes closed if you can. Bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And just feel the effects of the practice on your body. Everything more awake and alive. Bring your hands down in front of your heart and bring your brain towards your heart. Give thanks to whatever naturally arises and hold this moment. And close the practice with whatever gratitude you naturally feel. Maybe bowing down towards the earth if that feels good. And thank you again for practicing with me. Namaste.